in framing the what the commission is required to do. This is a legal, quasi-legal process. We are being asked to make findings that have legal basis before we take an action. And I would like to read from the applicant's environmental document on what the standards are that we're supposed to use. Lots of times when you have a very lengthy and technical project, lots of times people who are watching can get lost in the jargon. And so I think it's important to remind everybody what the sort of standards and parameters are that we're working under the law. And that is, again, from the applicant's document, this is what CEQA says, is that a review of a project must look, that all environmental evaluations must include the whole action involved, including off-site as well as on-site impacts, cumulative as well as project-specific impacts, indirect as well as direct impacts, and construction as well as operational impacts. So what Mr. Morgan says is correct if we adopt the mitigated negative deck rather than a full EIR. What we were saying is that any negative impacts from the project have been reduced by specific actions from a potentially significant impact to a less than significant impact. And our job as a planning commission is to decide whether those impacts, on-site as well as off-site, cumulative as well as specific, and direct as well as indirect, have been in fact accurately analyzed, and whether the proposed mitigation measures reduce the environmental impacts to a less than significant degree. If we can't say that about all of the impacts, an EIR would be required.
Okay, I see our environmental consultant nodding his head.
Yeah, Mr. Chair.
Yes.
Thank you. All due respect to Commissioner Young, I think it is best if the environmental expert concurs with that. He is shaking his head, but do you concur, or are there other aspects to that which we don't need to get into a debate now on, but that will be discussed? While I do appreciate the Commissioner's effort to further inform the community, do you concur with those comments?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Smith.
Since it was raised, can you give a description of what a direct impact is and what an indirect impact is? Or at least give us some parameters on how you look at that?
Let's see. Direct impact. That would be where we'll just use air quality. Some emission would be over either a significance threshold or a permit limit. That would be a direct impact. An indirect impact, it's a little harder to define. In this construct here, this would be well, cumulative impacts would be an area where there would be an impact, an indirect impact that the, well, no, not just, yeah. I'm not coming up with a good example here of an indirect impact, but I'm sorry? It's, yeah, I might need to look that one up to find a good hypothetical here for that.
Mr. Chairman?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we can keep the proceedings going. I think in this instance, we'll acknowledge the question and we'll come back with a better answer for you at the next meeting. Thank you.
Okay.